Hey everybody, how's it going? This is Matt, and in today's video, I have for you an Adventures of series. That's right. So, for those of you who may or may not be aware, we currently have a festival out right now in Master Duel called Theme Chronicle. So, what is Theme Chronicle? Theme Chronicle is a festival that basically bans every archetype or deck in the game except for the handful of, about a dozen or so decks that are used in solo mode. So, if you go to play solo mode in Master Duel, there's like a bunch of specific decks there. There's like Crusadia, there's like the Mech Knight stuff. There's the Dark Magician. There's a lot of stuff, right? One of the available decks is Dark Magician, right? So that does that mean that this Adventures of video I'm going to be playing Dark Magician? Well, no. So I tried making a Dark Magician deck for this festival, but I'm going to be honest, it was kind of cringe. I mean, go to Lalza's channel where he recently posted a video where he is playing Dark Magician in this festival, and he is not having a good time. Or like maybe he is, I don't know, but like yeah, it's not great. Like the Dark Magician, the reason you haven't seen that much content of mine in Master Duel is because Dragoon is banned in Master Duel. So it's like, what is the boss monster supposed to be in Dark Magician? Destroyer, Phoenix, Enforcer, a freaking hero monster? Like I might as well play heroes at that point. Or what about I could play branded Dark Magician and put out Dark Magician the Dragon Knight. Cool, but without guaranteeing Circle and Eternal Soul be on the field, who cares, right? Or I play Branded Dark Magician and make Mirror Jade my boss monster. But then if Mirror Jade is my boss monster, why don't I just play Branded Despia? Do you see what I'm saying? Like, so I'm not inspired to play Dark Magician on Master Duel because of that. Plus, we don't even have Illusion of Chaos, right? We not only have zero boss monsters, like we don't have a boss monster, but we don't even have our consistency card, one of the best cards of the deck, Illusion of Chaos. We still don't have that freaking card, right? So yeah, unfortunately, I'm not gonna play it. Like if we did have that card, then I would probably have played it in the festival. But alas, we do not. So instead, I'm gonna be playing. Well, I guess you'll figure it out. But the title of this video will be "The Adventures of a Humble Amusement Park Manager." Right. So let's get into the first matchup here. We have Mystery Deck versus, what is this, Dark World? I guess, with the reasoning, Zombie Dark World, Mayakashi. Dark World Mayakashi? Whatever. Alright, it's a Mayakashi deck, fine. So let's get into that and see what happens. Oh boy. Yeah, this festival wasn't that fun. Like, I got all the gems rewards. I'm not going to bother going for the other rewards because, they're not gems, so I don't care. Alright, so you've already seen a specific card in my hand. That's right, I'm playing Amazement, baby. Let's go. So, yeah, I played Amazement during this festival, the Theme Chronicle Festival, and the reason for that is because Amazement was actually not banned. They banned Subterror, they banned Eldritch, they banned Labyrinth, they banned Trap Tricks, they banned Altergeist, they banned most control decks, Umi Control, but Amazement was untouched. That's right, they didn't even think about Amazement. But yeah, what is Amazement, you might ask? So in 2021, the trap deck that came out that year in Lightning Overdrive, I believe it was, is called Amazement. So it was the first trap deck after Eldritch and before Labyrinth. Yes, that's right. We did get a trap deck between those two major releases, and that trap deck archetype was called Amazement. Amazement was not amazing. Did not really make a splash, and the reason for that is because it's kind of a weird deck, and it just feels like way worse than Eldritch. So, and obviously, even worse than Labyrinth. So, but I can play it in this festival where the competition is not so tough, and yeah, I can make it work. So let's get into this, shall we? All right, so I do go second. They're gonna upstart, double upstart, chicken game. Hajun the wing Mayakashi, Yukisumi the ice Mayakashi, Yukiona the ice Mayakashi. All the Mayakashis. So Mayakashi is a deck that synchro summons a lot. I think going first they want to link summon, but then yeah, their synchro summoning happens when they can go have a battle phase. So anyway, so I draw. So I'm gonna lord. Well, I'm gonna chicken game and draw another because I can. I'm gonna lord, set 4 pass. All right. So what what exactly does this amazing archetype go? So all of their trap cards are normal trap cards that become equipped to monsters, right? So let's read what this one says. So it says target one amazement monster you control or one face-up monster your opponent controls and equip this card to it. You can activate the following effect based on which player controls the equipped monster. So if the monster is mine, then I can use this card to target a spell trap my opponent controls and pop it. If the monster is my opponent's, then I get to search an amazement monster from deck to hand, and in both cases, this card gets sent to the graveyard. And this other card here, Amaze Attraction Majestic Merry-Go-Round. So it says target one amazement monster you control or one face-up monster your opponent controls. Equip this card to it. You can apply the following effect based on which player controls the equipped monster. If you control the monster, the equipped monster gets 500 attack, and if it would be destroyed by a battle card effect, you can send this card to the graveyard instead. So this is basically destruction protection. If your opponent controls it, then the equipped monster loses 500 attack for each attraction traps equipped to a monster. So yeah, that is those are cards. And if you're wondering how the hell what the hell I do with these cards, you'll see very soon. So y'all know Solemn Judgment, Ice Dragons. I don't have to explain that one. So because you're using card destruction, I have to chain Maxx here. So goodbye, Lord. Unfortunately, I draw my boss monster, Amazement Administrator Arlecchino. That's right, folks. You can tell that this card came out after Eldritch and before Labyrinth because it has more attack than Eldritch, less attack than Labyrinth, and it has the following effect. Well, let's read the effect, and it'll be clear that this card clearly came out after Eldritch. Once per turn, this card actually has 3 effects. Once per turn, you can banish any number of attraction traps from your graveyard. Then, target that many cards your opponent controls, destroy them. You can only use each of the following effects of Amazement Administrator Arlecchino once per turn. If a trap card is activated, except during the damage step, you can special summon this card from your hand. If your opponent normal specials and monsters, except during the damage step, you can target one of those face-up monsters you control, equip an attraction trap from your deck to that target. So that second effect, where it says if a trap card is activated, special this from hand, that's literally Lady Labyrinth of the Silver Castle's effect. Except Lady Labyrinth of Silver Castle can special herself from hand if any trap card was activated, or maybe it's any normal trap card. During this turn, then I can special her, right? Or if I can also special her if another Labyrinth card activated its effect, then I can special her, right? So yeah, the summoning mechanic is very similar. Anyway, so I draw him. All right, so he's gonna use Mayakashi Return. Okay, cool. So he's gonna use Mizuki to attempt to revive this monster here. Soul Absorbing Bone Tower. And in response, I'm gonna chain Ice Dragons because it's a zombie, and so is this Yukiona, and banish these 2. Bam, board cleared. And because I activate a trap on new chain, I can summon my Amazement Administrator Arlecchino. Level 7, 2600 attack. Eldritch is level 10, 2500 attack. FYI. Alright, so he becomes a zombie because of Zombie World. He's going to special summon Gozuki. Alright, now, because he summoned Gozuki, which has an effect that says send a zombie monster from deck to graveyard, and this card is sent to graveyard, banish the zombie monster, and special summon, blah, blah, blah. So, before I let them use any of these effects, I'm going to use our Kalino to attach Amaze Attraction Horror House from the deck. So let's read this one. Target one amazing monster you control or one face-up monster your opponent controls. Equip this card to it. If you can activate the following effect based on which player controls the equipped monster. If you control it, target an effect monster your opponent controls, negate its effects until the end phase, and in turn, your opponent controls a monster, then change the equipped monster face on defense position. So, I literally basically Book of Moon the Gozuki, and since cards cannot be equipped to face-down monsters, this card will pop itself. So in normals, Hajun, Wing Mayakashi, okay. Alright, now the synchros begin. So I have this card called Solemn Judgment, which will literally prevent any special summon, right? Any summon. And remember, my Maxx is active, so he's playing in my Maxx. So Mayakashi can literally recycle monsters and just synchro over and over. So we have the synchro 5, recycle, and then when they synchro 7, that's when I'm going to Solemn Judgment. The reason for that is because this is 2600, same attack as my Administrator. And let's read the effect. It says, if a synchro monster in your possession, whose original blah, 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 blah. Actually, I don't know why I Solemn Judgment here. I think because I didn't want him to crash into Arcolino. But then I had this Majestic Merry-Go-Round. So, I don't know. Maybe I misplayed here. Maybe I could have played more optimally. But yeah, I'm Solemn Judgmenting here. Okay. So then the Synchro 5 comes back. But it doesn't matter. Yeah, they took the Maxx challenge all the way. So they made the Link 2. Okay, cool. Yeah, so, I mean, they can't really build a board or anything because, you know, yeah. So on end phase, I'm going to activate the Cyclo Coaster, and I'm going to attach it to Arcolino, and then I'm going to use its effect to pop their face down card, or get rid of, or send to the graveyard. So it's called by the grave, so I'm going to draw. Yeah, my hand is pretty cracked. So I'm going to banish 2 of my Amazement cards from the graveyard to pop the 2 monsters. And I'm going to use Amazing Time Ticket to grab my Amazement Attendant Comica. So let's read what she says. When this card is normal summon, you can set 1 attraction trap directly from your deck. Quick effect, you can target 1 of your attraction traps, equip to a monster, equip it to 1 Amazing monster you control, or 1 face-up monster. So basically, this allows you to switch what monster your traps are equipped to, and she gets to set an Amazement trap from the deck. So pretty solid normal summon. So I got the Horror House. The Horror House is the best one. By far, followed by the Cyclo Coaster. So I'm going to use the Merry-Go-Round here on my Arcolino. And the reason for that is because I want to trigger my second Arcolino in hand to summon it. So battle. So bam. He's going to summon the thing, but it doesn't matter. Bam. And bam. Alright, so now I'm going to set 3 cards, and I'm going to discard Maxx because my deck is too low right now. I don't think Maxx again would be a good idea. So on draw phase, I immediately attach the Horror House to my Administrator. And the reason for that is because it's a quick effect monster negate that targets. So I want to do it before their main phase, before they normal summon. Alright, so they're going to Terraforming Chicken Game, okay. Alright, they're going to draw a card. 1 day of peace. So they live to survive, to fight another day. Cool. I get my reasoning. I call level 1, but I should have called whatever level they're about to build. I should have called level 3. Whatever. Yeah, I think Shiranai is also a level 3, right? I don't know why I called level 1. Oh no, this is level 2. Yeah, maybe I should call level 3. Whatever. It's not going to matter. So I pop Chicken Game. Yeah, so I attach a Horror House to Comica. Why do I do that? I don't remember. Oh, I remember why. Because so I get rid of the equip spell and attach it to Comica because I exceeds into Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon. For those who don't know, this is a card that says when your opponent does anything, they have to pay 500 life points, or they burn for 500, and they're at 900. So they're after the zombie world, burn for 500, and then it's over. Yeah, this is one of those like funny rank 7s that I just happen to have because hey, you know my Amazement Administrator is a level 7. Go figure. All right, swing for game. GG. All right, game number 2. We have Amazement versus Crusadia. Oh boy, Crusadia is the most popular and also the most obnoxious deck that you will encounter in this festival. They love going second to go for the OTK involving a kaiju and like their Link 3 or whatever. All right, so I'm gonna set 5 pass. So they're going to immediately normal Crusadia Reclusia. I'm going to attach the Cycle Coaster to it because I want to use it to search my Administrator. But then they're going to Ash because of course they are. Okay. So they link into Magius. Okay. Parallel Exceed. Yep. Two guys. Oh. Crusadia Regulix. Yep. Summon another thing, and now we have Equimax, and then I'm gonna Solemn Strike. Goodbye. Cool. Yeah, a Solemn card is the biggest counter to Crusadia. Like, you Solemn their Link 3, they're done. So, Cycle Coaster attached to Dugaris. Attempt to search. Alright, I'm going to get my Attendant Comica this time because it's my turn. So, you know, on my opponent's turn, I will get Arcolino. On my turn, I usually get Comica. Less normal Comica. Activates effect to set Cycle Coaster because I already have a Horror House. So, alright, and I'm going to swing into Dugaris, and they're just going to scoop. I mean, the game is over, like, because I have a Monster Negate, so I can stop one of their searches. I have Solemn Judgment, I can stop their summon. I have Torrential, I can just stop everything. So, yeah, they just scooped, because they know they're going to lose. Alright, game number 3, we have Amazement versus Zombies. Zombie Vampires. Zombie Vampires. Okay. 44 card zombie Vampires. You know, I'm something of a vampire myself. JK. Alright. So I do go second. Uni Zombie into sending the Bat, the Familiar. Pitch the Dog, the Retainer. Link into the Sucker. Retainer, Summon Self. And then they're going to search the Counter Trap. Vampire Domination. Let's read what it says. It's a counter trap. When a spell trap card or monster effect is activated while you control a vampire monster, negative activation if you do destroy that card. Then, if it was a monster card, gain LP. So, pretty good. But, as far as I know, it's their only interruption. So, I'm not that scared. So, I'm going to go ahead and extrav. They did not. Alright, I'm going to Amazing Time Ticket. Get my Comica. Normal Comica. And now they're going to do the counter trap. Which, if that's their only form of interruption, then great. Because they flipped the trap card, I get to summon my Administrator, Arcolino. Take out the Sucker, set 5 pass. Yeah, so I'm in really good shape right now. So target face a monster, blah blah blah. Okay. Vampire Familiar, yep. Comes back. Search a thing. Fraulein, okay. They're gonna go into battle phase. So Fraulein is that monster that says when a monster declares attacks, press on this card from your hand. And then if you're on monster battles, during damage calculation, pay life points to basically increase your monster's attack. However, I have this card called Solemn Strike, and it's going to go ahead and kill that. Which means this bat's going to crash, it's going to die, and then main 2, I'm going to activate Administrator on Stern Effect to attach a theme park ride to this monster. However, they have Imperm, which, alright, what is what it is. A minor setback at best. So, Shunai is going to tribute to summon. Uni Zombie is going to send Mizuki, or... Yeah, Mizuki's the one that specials from Grave, right? So, banish, target the Sucker to special, and I'm going to chain Ice Dragons. So, and then they're going to scoop, yep. Sucker, Ice Dragon's going to banish the Sucker and the Uni Zombie, and then they would have been toast. So, yeah, game completely over. Nothing they can do about it. I feel like this is a form of cyber bullying. Duel number 4? Yeah, number 4. Duel number 4. We have Amazement versus Code Talker, Thunder King Ryo, King Tiger Wang Yu Control. Okay. Oh yeah, I remember this duel. It was really stupid. Yeah, so Inspector Board is banned, so they're running triple Thunder King Ryo with triple Tiger King Wang Yu, and then they have like a small Code Talker package, it seems, with a bunch of back row. And like, yeah, no barrier statues for you, sorry. Here you go first. They're gonna draw 2. They're gonna link into the Disciple. Make a token. Link into the Splash Mage. Splash in a monster. Deco Talker. The link 3. Set 3. Okay, cool. First things first, I'm gonna extrav here. I'm gonna amazing time ticket to get Kamika. Kamika is gonna summon. They're gonna solemn strike Kamika. That's very interesting. Very interesting choice that you solemn struck a 1400 attack monster. All right, set Lord set 4. Cosmic Cyclone on the merry-go-round. It doesn't matter. So I'm going to cycle Coaster onto Decode Talker. I'm going to activate its effect to search Arlecchino, the Amazement Administrator. Now I'm going to Horror House on the Tiger King. And then they're going to Solemn Judgment. They're going to Solemn Judgment the Horror House. A card that, worst case scenario, is going to flip his monster face down. Wow. That's pretty sad that they actually did that. So I'm going to go ahead and Lord here because it's a 3k beater and because I kind of daring them to summon Access Code so I can Solemn Strike it. Do it. Summon Access Code. So Lord's going to set Amazing Time Ticket. Let's read what this says. Pay 100 life points and then do one of the 2 effects depending whose turn it is. On my own turn, add an Amazement card from deck to hand. On opponent's turn, set an Attraction Trap directly from deck. So, alright, so Moon Mirror Shield onto the Tiger King Wangyu. Okay. Alright, I'll take 28. That's fine. So, Extrav, Chain, Time Ticket. Got my Kamika, draw my 2. Normal Kamika. So, Tiger King Wangyu is like a pseudo floodgate where monsters of 1400 attack or less are popped. This is not once per turn. So, Kamika will get popped, but I'll still get to set my card. So, I'll set the Amazing Attraction Viking Vortex. Set 2. So, in battle phase, I'm going to use Terrors of the Overroots onto Tiger King to send it to the graveyard, and I'm going to set their code generator or whatever it's called. Cyber's Gadget. They're going to chain Decode Talker to negate it. Okay, that's fine. I mean, I just want it off the field because of the stupid Moon Mirror Shield, right? Now I can actually play Yu-Gi-Oh! So, new chain. I'm going to Amaze Attraction to attach to this. And then I'm going to summon my Amazement Administrator, Arlecchino. He's going to Cosmic Cyclone on my Amazement Trap. What? That's so random. So here comes the access code. Oh no. Topological Zeroboros, which is a card that banishes some stuff. If another monster special summons, well, this banish all cards on the field, and then this card returns. So I'm gonna Solemn Strike that and say no. Goodbye. Yeah, so I have 3 cards to a 0. So yeah, this game is pretty ogre. I drew another torrential. Let's swing. Oh, that's game. Dude stood no chance with his whatever weird deck he was playing. Duel number 5, we have Amazement versus the Weather. The Weather. Just the Weather. Or Weather Painter, whatever. Yeah, Weather Painter technically is a control deck, but I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of it. I like my Amazement deck better. I think it's more fun. And guess what? Amazement, the Weather loses to Imperial Iron Wall. If they can't banish, they can't play the game. So, alright, they're going to do their full combo, whatever that is. Field Spell. Ooh, Dimension Fissure. So I'm going to get my Maxx off. Link 3 draws me a card. They set a place thing on their field. Banish the searcher thing. Yeah, they love banishing. So let's go ahead. Yeah, and then they return to the field in the standby. Extra. Let's get that draw 2. Lord. Duality. I'm going to go with Judgment. Just because I want to make sure my Imperial Iron Wall does not get stopped. You're going to banish. Okay. Alright. So I'm going to immediately Terrors of the Overroot. I tried to do it on their field spell or Link 3, but they can't be targeted for some reason. I guess I'll Terrors on this face down card. and I'll put Terraforming back on their field. Like, whatever. It was Imperm, so, eh. And then I'm going to immediately Imperial Iron Wall. If he tries to negate, I have Solemn Strike and Solemn Judgment. So, yep, Imperial Iron Wall into Trap Trick is successful. So I summon Lord, and I set Amazing Time Ticket. Yeah, this game is over because if they can't banish, they can't do anything. And Imperial Iron Wall says neither player can banish. Yeah, they're just going to scoop because they realize, oh shit, I can't activate any of my effects. Because you can't banish, fool! Duel number 6, we have Amazement versus Magnet Warrior? Okay, yeah, Magnet Warrior. That's kind of cool. I didn't know that deck was available. But yeah, very, very anime of you. I approve of this deck. It's a cool deck. Alright, let's see what we have here. So, I go first. Let's duality here into Amazing Time Ticket. Amazing Time Ticket will search my Comica. Comica normal. Set the coaster. I set the roller coaster because I already have the horror house. So on draw phase, I immediately horror house onto the Comica. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know how the electromagnet deck works. So on this normal summon, I'm just gonna negate it. I don't know if that was the right call, but I'm negating it. They have Magnet Induction, which will allow them special a Magnet Warrior. And then they search another Magnet Warrior. And then they're going to link into Nightmare Phoenix. And I'm just going to Solemn Strike. Solemn Judgment. Like, why not? So, I actually forgot about this. So, the Magnet Warrior deck requires you to banish. So, this is Berserkion, the Electromagnet Warrior. So, you have to banish 3 different Electromagnet or Magnet Warrior names. So I should have preemptively flipped Imperial Iron Wall, but I'm not that familiar with how the deck plays. But in retrospect, I would have flipped Imperial Iron Wall before anything happened. Anyway, I'm going to Cycle Coaster immediately onto Berserkion. Use it to search my Administrator. And then I'm going to immediately Trap Trick into Ice Dragon's Prison. Because again, this deck is all rock monsters. So I was literally going to banish his Berserkion and whatever rock monster he had in the graveyard. And then summon Arcolino. Yeah, the game was completely over. So, alright, duel number 7. Amazement versus Sushi Gunship, or Gunkan Suship. So, it's fun. I find it hilarious that this is actually a deck. And, yeah, the Gunkan Suship is playable in this festival, apparently. Yeah, it's a pretty funny deck, not gonna lie. But you're gonna see it's not gonna matter. So solid, decent opening hand. Set 4, pass. So the normal thing, and then they're gonna special thing, and then I'm gonna immediately torrential tribute. And then my Administrator comes out on the new chain. I'm gonna set 1, pass. And then I'm going to use the Cycle Coaster to send that card to the graveyard. Oh, look, it was Lost Wind. A really bad card that nobody should be playing. Tears of the Overroot. Let's battle here. Swing. Set. Yeah, and they're going to scoop. Yeah. I mean, I had so many things like... If he normals a Suship, I use Arcolino or Arlecchino to attach a Horror House to it. Horror House can then flip it face down, and then it cannot be used for XC summoning and whatever other Gunkan Suship effects they have in hand, which they pretty much all require you to have one on the field. Will not be able to activate, and they won't be able to special summon. And even if they could special summon, they cannot not XC summon with the face down. So yeah, game was over. Duel number 8, we have Amazement versus Scrap Orcust, or Orcust Scrap. Yeah, this is another popular deck. So the 2 most popular decks I saw was Scrap Orcust and Crusadia. So yeah, definitely look out for this freaking deck. I believe this is the one where I make a misplay. I'll have to check once the game gets started. there is one of the scrap Orcust players I misplay against. It's a minor misplay that ends up not mattering, but still. Alright, so Comica normal, set Horror House. Lord set 3 or set 2, so no point in setting second trap trick. Yeah, this is the one I misplay. I should have shotgunned Horror House on standby or draw, because now their normal summon I can't negate, because unfortunately Horror House needs 2 different chains. The first chain to flip, and then the second chain to use its effect to negate. So I can't do that on the same chain. So yeah, they will get to use Scrap Recycler's ability. But I guess you'll soon see that it's not going to matter too much. Because when they go into Scrap Wyvern, now I'm going to negate with Horror House. And then Girsu, I'm going to Torrential. Alright, and then Symbol Skeleton is going to revive Girsu. And then I'm going to Trap Trick into Ice Dragons. Ice Dragons will banish Scrap Recycler and Girsu. And then on New Chain, I Lord into Card of Demise. So yeah, I am running Card of Demise in this deck. But yeah, this is going to let me generate so much advantage. But look at this column right here. It has 1 card. Let me guess. Imperm? So I drew Broken Line, which is a card I'm playing because it's a fun card, especially in these festivals. So I'm going to Card Demise. Let's see that Imperm. Show me the Imperm. There it is. So I'm going to swing for 3k. So they're going to a normal Scrap Raptor. I'm going to use Trap Trick and Tears of the Overroots. And use Tears to send Scrap Raptor to the graveyard and reset their Imperm. Only because, you know, I don't care about Imperm. Like, my monster effects don't matter. It's like, I know this column has Imperm, so I'm not going to use it there. So swing. Set Torrential. Let's see what you got. So they're going to normal Symbol Skeleton. And then special Gillosaurus. Channeling 1 Gillosaurus, which allows me to special a monster from my graveyard. And then channeling 2 Torrential. So that's going to pop the field. And then Gillosaurus resolves and Lord comes back. LOL! And that's game. Yeah, I had a Broken Line on this column here, so whatever that face down was wouldn't matter. But yeah, game is completely ogre. Yeah, so Maul misplay. I should have shotgun Horror House to negate the Scrap Recycler, but that's okay. Duel number 9, Amazement versus Crusadia. Yeah, I remember this. If this is the game I'm thinking about, this is a pretty funny game, as you'll soon see. Yeah, Crusadia loves going second. So they do make me go first. So, opening hand is not great, but it's fine. So, Comica set Horror House, set Solemn Strike, Lord, pass. On draw phase, I'm going to shotgun Horror House, which will then allow attach to Comica, which will then allow me to summon the Administrator. And then they're going to Lightning Storm, destroy attack position monsters. So I'm going to chain Comica to attach Horror House to my Administrator. So that way when Comica dies, I don't lose my Horror House. So she can do that. That's pretty cool. And then he Kaijus my Administrator anyway with Thunder King. Okay. So yeah, their Crusadia deck, I immediately max C. Of course they have Call by the Grave. Don't you just love when they have everything? They have Call by, they have Lightning Storm, they have Kaiju, and they have full combo. But I have a Solemn Strike. And as we learned in a previous video, Solemn cards completely destroy Crusadia. Oh, and they also have Parallel Exceed. What are the odds? I'm going to Solemn Strike here. The reason is because this one has an upward pointing arrow, so it can already gain attack equal to this Kaiju. So just in case they stop their combo and went to battle phase, I don't want to lose this Thunder King unnecessarily. So, and then Lord comes out. I'll set Card of Demise, baby. Let's go. That'll draw me. Yeah. This game was over. Basically, they had no cards in hand. On my turn, I was going to draw. Ideally, draw a back row, set the back row, use Card of Demise, draw 3 more. And then, yeah, it was the card advantage I was going to have was just insane. Plus, because I have a kaiju, they cannot kaiju me further. Like, they can't give me a second kaiju. So, yeah. Game number 10. Amazement versus Danger Dark World. Oh, I remember this game. Oh, they have one copy of Master Restrict, which says neither player can tribute cards. Let me guess. They put this card in their deck because they were facing Crusadia decks that were attributing their monsters with kaijus. So that's a hilarious tech. I can dig it. But yeah, I do go second here. This Danger Dark World ends up being very funny, as you'll see when we get into Duel. But yeah, you're gonna enjoy this. So my opening is pretty decent. So Chupacabra, discard a thing, draw. Mothman, discard a thing, draw. Dugaris, draw 2, discard a thing. Beast, Dark Road Dealings, I get rid of Horror House. Nessie, yep. Brow, Dark World Dealings. I'll discard the duplicate copy of the Administrator. Just a humble amusement park manager. Alright. Saryuja. Okay, we're going all the way to Saryuja, baby. Let's go. So draw 4, put 3 back. Man, they're drawing so many cards. Speaking of drawing so many cards, they have 14 cards left in their deck, by the way. They're still summoning. Mothman, Chupacabra. Yeah, dangers are not once per turn. King of the Feral Imps. King of the Feral Imps search Sukanoko. Sukanoko, Zephyro summon. Sukanoko, special. Oh, man. Sukanoko again. Alright. Levier the Sea Dragon. Yep. Curious the Lightsworn Dominion. Yep. A mill Destiny Hero Denier. Yep. Mill some more. Special summon Malicious. Make a 4 material Appaloosa. And then Denier just comes back just cuz. And then Malicious goes back. Alright, so let me get this straight. They have 6 cards left in their main deck. 8 cards left in their extra deck. They blew through their entire deck just to put a 4 material, 4 negate Appaloosa above the Goddess. That's it. That was their entire decks, like almost all their resources into this play, right? Okay, so I'm gonna draw. Let's see what I do. On draw phase, I'm gonna Amazing Time Ticket, get my attendant. They're gonna shotgun Massive Restrict. So fair. They don't want me to kaiju them. Okay. Because they Master Restrict, I can try to summon Special Administrator, but they're gonna negate with Appaloosa. Okay. And then I'm gonna normal, or rather, I'm gonna pot. No Ash. Normal Comica. There's Appaloosa negate. So this Appaloosa is down to 1900. So I'm gonna kill this Denier as I can, and I'm gonna set 5 pass. Let's see which deck is stronger, mine or theirs, right? So they don't draw because of Dugaris. So I'm gonna put Cycle Coaster on Saryuja. So they summon Grapha, okay, and then I'm gonna Torrential Tribute, chaining Cycle Coaster. So Cycle Coaster will resolve first. It'll search me Comica. Torrential will blow up the board. Goodbye Appaloosa. And then on New Chain, I can summon my Administrator. Yeah, they're gonna special Grapha from the graveyard, but I'm going to Ice Dragons. Yeah, they're again, they blew through their entire deck, and I literally wiped them out with, like, let's see, 1 Torrential and 1 Ice Dragons. That's it. So yeah, play Amazement. If you like trap control decks, I think this is the best one you can play. I don't want to mess around with the Weather Painter deck because it just seems silly, and I don't know. I don't want to run into any mirror matchups either. And there are, I'd say that's probably the 3rd most popular deck that I've seen is probably the Weather Painter. So yeah, so I definitely was not planning to release the deck list for this deck ever. So yeah, I'm gonna hold the deck list hostage. So if you want to see, if you want to hear from your precious deck list again, you know, if you don't want anything bad to happen to it, yeah, yeah, destroy that subscribe button, smash and obliterate that notification bell, comment down below, you know, like the mindless hordes you are, asking for the deck list, and then only then will I consider releasing the precious deck list. But for those of you who are veterans of my channel, you can probably sort of have an idea for what it's going to look like. Um, but yeah, because remember, I was definitely not planning to release the deck list 6 hours after this video. No siree. I was never gonna come out. It's my hostage. So you better do what as I say if you know what's good for it. So anyway, uh, hope you enjoyed. Yeah, I'm not gonna be playing in this festival, and it's just kind of boring. I don't know. It's not that interesting of a festival. I got all the gems already. But yeah, I hope you learned something. I hope you got inspired to maybe play an Amazement deck since you already have hopefully most of the core from Eldritch and Labyrinth decks. So Amazement, the only cards that are ultra rare are the administrators. Everything else is super or below. I think the attendants are supers and most of the traps are rares. So anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and see you in the next video. Peace.